Hi, I'm Adrienne Wanamaker from Brush Trowel, and today we are going to use the new Atova Linear tool to create the linear effect in the Firmalux Italian lime plaster in the Piatto Marmorino finish. So what we've done here is tint the Piatto with universal colorants to just a nice creamy color, and this is just going to be our first coat. The best thing to do with this is to just put it on with a nice consistent angle, consistent pressure, all over coverage. And we'll just do that quickly on the sample board. So what you really want to do is have a nice, tight, consistent, full coverage. One of the things that does happen because it's your first coat and the sand grit is pretty heavy is you tend to get the chatter marks. You can let it set up a bit and then come back in and kind of go over those and make them just a little bit more organic sort of shape so you don't have those chatter marks telegraphing through. You're probably not going to have as much of that with the linear tool, but nonetheless, it's kind of just good practice to just eliminate the chatter marks. So we'll let this dry overnight, and then we will get started with our second coat. So we're going to start day 2. What we need to think about when we're starting this is that when we are moving and putting the plaster on across in a horizontal manner, if your lines are going to go horizontal, and in a vertical manner, if your lines are going to go in a vertical direction, is keeping it moving and then having this come up behind you, and you're working this in the pretty wet plaster. Generally, it's easy to do with 2 people. It's also doable with 1 person, but we'll just talk about it as we're putting it on. I'm going to go horizontally. You again want to do a full coverage, and you want to put it on generously. So just as you've got it on, I kind of just run my trowel lightly over it horizontally. And then we'll take our brush, and you really kind of want to do it with a straight arm so that you can keep a linear line and you're not waving it. Just push it down and do solid coverage. And so let's say you're on your wall and you've done this part and you're going to have to connect it. So we would definitely have it like you have finished some of the plaster here, and then you've got more plaster. You can kind of go back into your existing line, and you kind of land and take off like an airplane and then come back in there. One of the nice things is it kind of gives you the silk balls as well. And these kind of flatten out when you go back and burnish it, is that these will lightly flatten out. I don't do it too early in terms of the burnishing, but then you can take it and you will just run your trowel to just put a little bit of a flat cap and start that out on your lines. But you can see how they kind of give you the irregular, the thick and thin of the lines. Another option is if you want to have a few linear vertical lines, is after you do the horizontal, then you kind of do a light vertical. And then I come back and put my horizontals back inside on top of it so that it looks like they're more woven in. And I change my pressure. So it does tend to flatten down the lines so you don't have it as thick as they are up here. And then again, you'll come back in with your trowel. And I take my trowel in the direction that I want sort of the major final line direction to be. Now we have finished the linear technique with the Firmalux Italian Line Plaster, Marmarino Piatto, and the Atova Linear Trowel. This is a great finish for modern spaces. It's great for accents. You can do it in any color. You can do it just linear, you can do linear vertical, or you can just do vertical. If you want more information about the product, call us at Brush Trowel, 503-230-8925.